Hi, Rob.
Hello to Japan. How are you?
Fine, thank you. So you are in Zurich, in Switzerland, right?
Yes, correct.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh. So how is Zurich right now? I know it is a beautiful city with a beautiful lakes and mountains and the cities. No?
A lot of chocolate and a lot of cheese, and we have a lot of blue sky right now. The weather has
Ah,
been unseen before for April. Usually it's very cold and rainy, and right now we have almost a early summer kind of temperature out there.
I
So
see.
it's kind of hard to have to stay home if I look outside of my window, to be honest.
So you cannot go out right now because
We
of Corona?
can go out,
Mm-hmm.
but we are advised to stay home and
Mm-hmm.
also do home office.
I see. How
But
about
but
Corona?
we are not as
Mhm.
restricted as in countries like Austria or Italy or France, where people are really not allowed at all to go outside unless they have to go to see a doctor or grocery shopping. It's a
Uh-huh.
little less strict
Less
here.
strict, which means maybe Zurich might be safer comparing with other places. That is why,
Safer in
as for the
regards to.
pandemic.
No, we've been very strongly affected after Italy. We've been one of the top ranking countries in Europe that where the numbers went up
Okay.
in March. But for some reason, I think once the government introduced the social distancing
Mm.
with their measures, it kind of we managed to flatten the curve in the past 10 days.
Oh.
Uh, which is good news.
Mm-hmm.
Like according to at least the statistics, right? You never know what the gray zones are with
Mm.
people that don't get checked, but it looks like we managed to go over the top of the mountain, and there's down to the Zurich Lake, hopefully.
I see. Well, it is interesting because in Japan, we are having a similar situations, which means like not quite a strict rule, but the government requires stay home and close a
Yes,
lot of shops and restaurants. Okay, and
yes.
but still, I mean, kind of a number is persistent. That's
Ah,
irritate us a lot, and my point is also not enough test is happening right now. That is why maybe.
yes.
Do you have a lot of
Well,
tests already?
I mean, what do I know?
Mm.
Like you read the news, you read the media. So
Mm.
what do I really know? I don't know, but they are still not allowing enough fast testing. So they're still a
Oh,
bit hesitant with those very quick fast tests.
interesting.
So for sure, I think this has been a problem over the globe that not enough tests have been conducted.
Mm.
Um, but I can't really take the position here as a citizen to really say what's actually going on. But what I read from the news, uh,
Same as
more
in
tests should be
Japan.
done.
Same as in Japan. We are all wondering about like I mean what is right and what is wrong. Actually, information sharing is not enough from my point of view in Japan. So how about you?
Well, too much info sharing, I think it's not enough. It's too much information. So unless you focus on some reliable sources,
Mm-hmm.
you can get very distracted and insecure.
Mm-hmm.
At the same time, even the reliable sources, who knows, right? I stopped believing the media some years ago. I stopped just believing anything. Like, why
I
would I believe
understand.
anything?
Mm-hmm.
So, of course, I do find media, and especially during a time like this, very important that you get accurate information. But when it comes to understanding what's really going on, I don't think anybody knows, and we will
Mm-hmm.
never really know.
Mm-hmm.
But
Mm-hmm.
I tend to take a very pragmatic position where I say, okay, obviously there is some kind of a virus. It seems to be more aggressive than usually, and people get affected. So I have to be cautious.
I
So
understand.
therefore, I respect, of course, and try to avoid, contact and just behave like I'm asked to behave. Let's put it
You're
that
right.
way.
You're right. Judgment must be done by ourselves. Anyway, individual judgment is really important.
Always, always.
Question.
How do you feel?
Yeah. Well, I feel it is safe when come here in my country home. But in Tokyo,
Yeah.
I'm quite nervous. That is why only one day every week I go there to take care of my office. Yeah. For
Yeah.
you, I mean, in Switzerland, as a country, it is closed from the abroad right now.
Pretty much, yes. I mean, there's a certain, a certain. If you have to go work abroad, then you might be allowed if you have a permit to go work abroad and cross the border. So in some expectational cases, it's allowed. Other than that, pretty much the borders are, shut.
Shut. I see.
People are not traveling. And especially they're not. I just read something online that people are Googling destinations like Berlin, Paris, Stockholm, London. So apparently people start to already think about their first travels, but nobody's advised to do that at this stage. I don't think it's even possible. You get a fine if you have no reason to cross the border, and you do, you will get a fine. You will probably get a ticket.
I see. How about daily life in Zurich? Like people are just going out to shopping or taking a walk, comparing with Italy or Spain or other places?
Exactly. It's a little less strict. So especially with this weather, you would see people, especially after 5-6 weeks of quarantine, you can see that people are going out a little more, but the rules haven't changed. All the shops are closed, besides grocery shops and pharmacies and, of course, all the medical centers and hospitals. But now they will start to loosen it up. So barber shops will be able to open as of next week. Also some therapeutical institutions and also like physiotherapy and stuff like that will start to open up. We have a very big question marks in regards to gastronomy. So all the restaurants and bars, these people and business owners don't know at all when they can open up.
Oh, that's right. I know that Zurich is a quite important financial hub in Europe. And how about the economy right now? Because of this pandemic,
I think it's it's everything is connected. I don't think. Of course, we had a similar problems, let's say, in terms of economy. The economy is pretty much shut down in the way that, especially self-employed people like me, small businesses, retail. I just read about a big fashion cloth chain that will probably go bankrupt. So the whole tourism, travel, there's so many industries right now that are suffering. Not all of them. Actually, the banks are doing quite well. I just read today. But it will take, this will take a few years to just go back again into a healthy place. Sure. But we're connected to the world, right? So I think.
But this kind of irony, like whenever world is unstable, put the money in a bank in Switzerland, but it doesn't work.
I think times have changed a little bit. But I'm not a banker and I don't have the details.
Sure. But it takes time.
But let me say this: I do feel very privileged to live here. My origins are from the Czech Republic, which is also a very beautiful country. But I do think that Switzerland is still in a very good position, economically, financially, socially. I also think we have a good government system. And I wouldn't want to be in the US where you have somebody like Trump, a hard time just in terms of how you feel about your government. So I don't complain, like no complaints being here. I feel safe and I feel like they have managed it quite well.
Oh, that's good.
I read a lot of bullshit on social media, how people start to complain, but it's easy to complain, but it's better to appreciate,
I understand. I agree. I totally agree. Do you have any message to the world or to Japanese or any English learners, who want to be globalized, in this pandemic situation, do you have any good advice or message if you have?
Of course.
Please.
Spread the love also in hard times. Even if you feel frustrated, if you feel like you're losing, if you're facing existential questions, even like try to stay positive in your mind. I think right now it's the time where the most important thing is to stay healthy, mentally healthy and stable, right? So connect with your beloved ones and look after each other. So solidarity and human connection, even if it's just digitally right now, is very important. So give the love to the people that need it and receive it from others because you need it as well.
Yeah, this kind of a communication is really important in that case.
Yes.
So after the pandemic is over, what would you do?
Oh man, I love traveling, I have to admit. I mean, we have this whole climate change discussion, and now we see how the pollution has decreased, which is great. But I do miss the mobility and freedom of moving around in the way that I want. I've just, I've lived like that for 40 years. So if the pandemic is over and it is again allowed to move around Europe maybe first, then I will go to Prague and see my relatives in Prague.
How about the Czech Republic? Right now it is okay?
I don't speak so much to people there in regards to the pandemic, but I think they managed quite well, yes. And they were ones of the first to reopen again some shops or some businesses. So unfortunately, we had a death. My uncle died last week.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
He was in Prague, but he didn't die due to corona. He had a cancer.
Oh, okay.
But this is something difficult. Like my father is his brother, and we cannot go to the funeral. So that's also an aspect that is difficult to deal with, but.
Well, yeah, I understand that you're feeling. I'm so sorry by hearing that. Anyway, but anyway, Rob, stay healthy, please, okay? And
yes, you too.
Yeah, and I hope that we can get together after pandemic is over. Okay.
Would be nice to come. I've never been to Tokyo, so I would be very happy to
be my guest
to visit your country and city.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you very much. Bye bye.
Thank you so much. Arigato.
Arigato. Yes. Thank you. Bye.
スイスの中核都市、チューリッヒ、英語ではね、ズーリックと言いますけどね、に住むロブさんにインタビューしました。彼はですね、もともとチェコの出身だということですけどね、まあ今いわゆるフィルムを作っているというか、そういうクリエイティブな人なんですけどね、チェコからチューリッヒにやってきて、で、チューリッヒっていうのはね、いわゆるスイスの金融の中心なんですけれども、湖に面した古い町なんですが、ここで活動してるんですけどもね、今回のパンデミックの中で、スイスの国が今国境が閉ざされているために、残念ながらですね、おじさんが亡くなっちゃったんですよね、チェコの方でね。そのお葬式にも出れなかったというちょっと悲しい話を聞きました。ただ、チューリッヒはですね、意外とマイルドな、なんていうんですかね、体制で、パンデミックに臨んでいるということですね。東京とちょっと似てます。あまり警察が強制したりとかそういうことなく、自主的にできるだけ街を閉鎖して、それでやっていこうという、そういうやり方なんで、ちょっと日本と似たアプローチですよね。そういうアプローチをしながら、これからどういうふうになっていくのかなということについて、非常に興味がありますよね。隣の国、ドイツとかイタリアとかフランスとかが結構厳しい中で、なんとか、現状はね、平穏を保っているということです。また次の国に行ってみたいと思います。